This is the most important and crucial period of your lives, for what you do now and what you decide now at this age may well determine which way your life shall go. And the question is whether you have a proper, a solid, and a sound blueprint. And I want to suggest some of the things that should be in your life's blueprint. Number one in your life's blueprint should be a deep belief in your own dignity, your own worth, and your own somebodyness. Don't allow anybody to make you feel that you are nobody.
What up, YouTube? This is your boy Dave. It's been a little minute since we talked, but we've been having a little bit of craziness in this world that we live in, mainly the United States of America. To all my friends who follow me from overseas, I didn't really know what to talk about during all this craziness. Didn't have any answers. But I've come to realize that we are in the same place our ancestors lived in. It's just modified just a little bit. And I seem to think that a lot of us, just because it wasn't talked about or known, that we have a problem within the U.S. People thought it was fine. Our ancestors came over here, a lot of them not by will, and it got bred into our DNA that we were secondary to white people. So from generations to more generations, we were considered, on white people's standards, secondary, not a whole human. On black people's standards, we were considered just to shut up and deal with it. And I think we finally came to a point to where this new generation is like, we're not gonna deal. We don't like it.
Riots are where you have a background of oppression with a foreground of repression. You put those things together, you get conflict.
Any cursory glance at modern history from the Industrial Revolution onwards will see that riots bring social change. They are an arena in which people become powerful.
So I think that's where we are right now. It's a pretty tough pill to swallow because we act this way, white people and black people. But I think we can work it out. It's really an eye-opener to see racism. Like I said, a lot of young white people don't really know. They just know what they've been bred into. And they know how it is. Black people, same deal. We were taught, to be respectful of other races, mainly predominantly white. it almost was like the perfect storm for racism to continue. I don't like it. It brings back a lot of memories and things to think about, especially when I was young. Growing up, St. Helena Island, a lot of people don't know the history of pretty much the United States besides what they see in the history books. And a lot of people came through there, a lot of us, as far as black people. Because basically ships from Africa basically went through the Caribbean islands and kind of moved up towards places like South Carolina. And basically my family, we ended up being slaves there in St. Helena Island. Got emancipated and all that stuff, and we kind of stayed there. So St. Helena Island still to this day is like little Africa. But there's another side. So on the direct island of St. Helena, it's all mainly black people, or was mainly black people, and the other side of town was mainly white people. My schools, besides my elementary school, were all together with white people. But you had your two sides of the story, to where white people hung with white people, black people hung with black people, tried not to integrate, because the black boy or girl, me or my friends, we were always considered a rowdy bunch. Now when you think, rowdy bunch, black people, this is how we operate in most cases. We consider ourselves a lively bunch, happy, fun, loud. If you go to Africa or look in African societies or cultures, a lot of them dance, a lot of them yell, shout. This is what we do. This is how we are. But when you have another race looking at us from the outside, it doesn't blend, it doesn't look right. They call us monkeys, and that feels different, especially when we're in a place called America, where predominantly white people have the power positions, meaning presidency, judges, police department, and so, or teachers, anything. And so this puts us second class to a lot of people. And like I said, I think we're finally tired of it. It's no fun. And it becomes basically a boiling point to where we either erupt or evolve. Now I say all of this when tying it back into fitness, when having backgrounds and of crazy dealings of your own, or things that's happening right now in America, George Floyd, people like him, Breonna Taylor, people dying, when I'm looking at the white man across the street or the white man or white lady in the store, looking at them weird, it brings back a lot of memories, and it makes the regular person not want to work out, not want to do, what you've been doing. You go running into a neighborhood not knowing whether you're gonna come out of that neighborhood. It's been many times where I've ran in a white neighborhood, just making sure I'm staying on my P's and Q's, not looking weird, trying not to look at houses, stuff like that, because people might look at me like that little, I can't remember his name, but the guy in Georgia, to where it got shot, just running. Not a cool feeling to be black. But I will say this. Don't let that discourage you from your goals. It's easy to sit down and be quiet, literally, stay into your own lane, which is fine, but don't let it distract you, because you got work to do on yourself, on your mentality, and for you to be an inspiration to others. Within fitness, within your body, within your mind, it's up to you. So don't stop. Don't give up. This is a passing moment. Hopefully both sides come to a good conclusion to where we can make and move and model a new history. But this is something we got to go through, which is fine. Don't let that stop and deter you from reaching your goals, especially with fitness. That actually, for me, it takes out so much distraction when I go running or when I work out. Like, I forget about all the crazy stuff that's happening, besides me being, mindful of where I'm at. But I forget about all the distractions that's happening in the world, and it's just me and my body working on it. Fitness takes my mind off of almost everything that we've been dealing with within these last few months, from COVID to police killings to riots to not knowing, sometimes like my whole finances and all that stuff. When I go work out, I don't think about it. And I'm not saying that it's a cure-all, but it definitely does help, especially in these crazy times. Times where everything is unsure of itself. This is a good moment for you to basically bring things back in. House your temple, take care of yourself. If you're a religious person, trust in God. If you're not, trust in yourself and your ancestors or whatever you think about, because you definitely can get through this. We weren't made just to be what we are. We were made for something else greater. So fine tune yourself and watch. You'll be all right. All right. Much love, much respect. Y'all stay classy, stay real. By all, stay chiz fit.